In fact, surprises make the life. I had come, I never knew that I'll come to sit in the dais, and after sitting, I never knew that I'll speak. Anyway, it reminds me of a day. I was working in an organization where there was a hall where Nizam used to take his bath, Hyderabad Nizam. So in that hall was my office, later on. So in that office, the famous Narsimham Committee 2 was signed. And there were 23 signatories. So I remember there also, there are so big people, and Narsimham all of a sudden told that you open this speech. So I came, I thought what I'll speak, I had never come prepared. I had always gone there as a scribe to write whatever he told me to write. So I told this, I told this Nizam Hall we have read in history and many things that it has done, it has seen many mischiefs, many bad deeds were done in this room. But today if the walls would have ears, they will be rejoicing, they would be smiling. First time they would be smiling. So similarly, here to release the surprise, let me tell that that was in the 90s. You know, 1989, there was a famous agreement in the world that world should develop instead of individual countries. The world, that was famously known as Washington Consensus. And that created all the problems of the world. If you go back and read the 10 Washington Consensus, you will find nowhere in the consensus there is a concept of inclusion or financial literacy or anything. You grow and grow. Whoever grows doesn't matter. Country should have a good average. Like in Bengali, there is a saying that average to thik ache dubche keno. Similarly, if the average is good, world is good, and the concept of GDP-based growth was given to the world. So after some time, there are a lot of, sea. Sea means सब समुद्र में डूबने लगे हैं. That is Southeast Asian crisis took place. That sea crisis, and after that sea crisis, they knew that it's not the pace of development, but the pattern of development is the sine qua non of stability. So they set, along with the pace, how to set the pattern. A world consensus again developed in Tokyo, and that consensus gave rise to 3 pillars, famous pillars. They say develop with inclusion and with social justice. So otherwise there will be, if you don't insure against social tension, the poor will not leave the rich with better share of the average to live, and there will be obviously more of mobjaj, that is more of terrorism and all that. So that's why they included the concept of inclusion in the second pillar, and they included the concept of what is called, inclusion, as our friend he gave beautifully about several layers of literacy. Recently, our Arvind Kejriwal was arrested, and he argued in the court as he argues everywhere. And the judge told that we know you are literate, but not judiciary literate. You are judiciary illiterate. So I tell you myself, I know a bit of law, sitting in various commissions and committees, bit of law, but when I go to court, I get nervous. I don't know anything about court procedure, and any day I can be charged with contempt of court. Any day I can be hurled if judge is not considerate. So that's why mere knowledge is not literacy. The functional literacy is different from absolute literacy. In fact, the 4 degrees of literacy which was propounded, financial literacy, which was propounded, like that compound interest, etc., which is written in the previous newsletter also. In fact, 2 more degrees have been added, and 1 degree is now taken as this seminar's theme, that the world is becoming digital every day, and because of that, even if we know everything, I cannot even handle, ICICI Bank, if you do everything digitally through online, you are right. If you touch a human being, you are lost. They don't know anything. Even there, before this demonetization, one bank sold me, persuaded me to have a digital wallet. I can name the bank Indian Bank. So I told whatever it is, I didn't know how to utilize it. But I took one. Then when I went next, I found the manager has changed. He's a very senior manager, the cadre of deputy general manager or something. Then I told, I have got a digital card. What I should do with it? No, sir, why you have taken it? He told, sir, even I don't know. I'm not, it's a public sector bank, Indian bank. I'm naming the bank also. They didn't know. So after this, all this thing came, I went to, and again a new manager had come. I told, now I can utilize the digital wallet. No, sir, still I don't know. So this is the state of affair of the people at the level of deputy general manager in public sector banks. They can be also told financially illiterate, banking illiterate. So that's why we should not be ashamed that we are illiterate, because I have not yet told the 6th degree of literacy. Now, recently I attended a seminar in Washington, DC, and in that seminar they were telling that banking is changing to accept the singularity. Now there is no need of a human hacker to hack your account. There is absolutely no need. And people like some maniac can play with anybody's account, not for committing fraud, but just for enjoyment. He will put all, they say that there can be offline packets spread, not to take away your money, but not to allow you to operate when you want. In fact, I tell you, yesterday it happened to me. I had a password which I never change. And I thought my password is not working. So I thought it's not working because I never changed. They must have a policy. Then I called their customer and said, no, sir, no such change has taken place. I told, why it is not working? He told, sir, sometimes it doesn't work. Why? If sometimes it doesn't work, what I'll do? Then he told, sir, you go for your digital process of resetting your password. Fortunately, I could discover the digital process. I reset my password and I urgently needed to transfer some money. I could do the transfer, and that is in ICICI Bank. I'm naming the bank, that is in ICICI Bank. They told sometimes it can happen. The fellow from customer service is telling me that sometimes it can happen. Why it should happen? Anyway, doesn't matter. Then I later found that they had Bank of India recently did a host of hot listing of the debit cards. I told, sir, no fraud has taken place. Why my debit card is hot listed? He told, in 6 months we hot listed a few debit cards. I told them, why didn't you tell me that my debit card is hot listed? What for? No, that is our security measure. I told you, what are these mandates? So one more illiteracy I am adding, that the illiteracy is because of the illiteracy of the provider. That's why here we should not assume that systems are robust and we are the takers and we are illiterate. The system can as well be illiterate. And in India, mostly I tell you, the system illiteracy is more paramount than the user illiteracy. So anyway, we'll discuss more. I was to just take 3 minutes. I think I have overstepped my bound now. Thank you.